stars align. Kelly Coffee takes you on a ride divine. In her thought bubble we soar through the night, exploring the universe, our vision takes flight. The symphony of galaxies fills the air. Come with me, let's ride on the cosmic breeze. With Kelly Coffee we'll journey through galaxies. In her God bubble we'll explore the unknown. A grand adventure like no other we've known.
Hey guys, it's me, Kelly. Come on in. I think I did it right. Yeah, come on in. Hi, Hematesh. Hello, guys and Kelly. Hello. How are you? You guys, I love my soup cup so much. It's $8. You guys can go get some cool china if you just get like one piece. $8. It is the coolest thing ever. And it's a soup cup, but I'm drinking my coffee out of it. So when I got this, I thought this is spectacular. And it's, I think, in my opinion, the best way to drink coffee. I love that. Oh, yeah, Satan's little season. Are you guys kind of tired of that? Asking for a friend. Are you a little tired of Satan's little season? Now, in my research, do your what? Wait a minute. What happened? What happened? Where's my scrollies? Am I having to reset everything? Reset my font. Put my opinion banner across the bottom. There we go. Here's my opinion banner. For entertainment purposes only, it's my opinion. And only my opinion. So what you guys doing this morning? Well, it's like, well, we didn't know you were going to ask this question. So when we got here, Kelly, I wasn't prepared. It's okay. It's okay. Answer at will. Satan's little season. In my research, do your own, I found that we're looking at roughly 250 years. There it is. Hold on. Got a place on my finger now. 250 years. Now, the Satan's little season, a season, if we're looking at a period of time, an age, let's ask Google what an age is. Because it used to give me one answer, now it's giving me another. So let's see what answer it gives me today. Depending on what it gives me, I'll tell you what it used to be if it's not the same. What amount of time is an age?
Age measures the time since someone or something was created. It's usually shown in years. It can also be in months, days, hours, or minutes. It's the total time between the start and now.
Really? Okay, that is like fuzzy math. Let's see, age. What is an age in time? There we go. Age can last millions of years. Okay, that's not the answer I got a few years ago. Let's see. Well, in astrology, an astrological age is approximately 2,160 years. Stone Age, other ages. Okay, at one time I looked it up and it was 1,000 years. So I'm not sure what's happening. I know, but Tej, it's Good News Day today. It's Good News Day with the 250 years because we've got a potential of a beginning on that 250 years. And it might be something like 1776, or it may not. I don't know. I'm just sitting here entertaining you guys. I don't know what I'm talking about. Today is Google's arguing with me already. Oh, today is a chill day and sunbathing since I'm free. Woo! Do sunbathing. I mean, I'm not saying we can see you, but look at you sunbathing. Oh, I did that yesterday. Can you tell? Like, oh, my face is getting darker too. Yes. Oh, it does feel great. It's good to see you. Looks yummy. Oh, again, this is my soup cup. And I have not looked up the proper way to hold a soup cup yet. If you should have pinkies standing up, I don't know. Okay. Let's when Jesus said, "I will be with you till the end of the age," what amount of time was he talking about?
When Jesus said he would be with his followers until the end of the age, he meant the end of the current era, which is the end of human history. This promise extends to his second coming and the final judgment, marking the completion of God's plan and the start of a new age.
Well, thanks for not answering my question. You guys, oh my God. Oh my God. It feels like life is finally wrapping up everything. That's a good way to put it, Matej. And starting something new and amazing next year. Like the end. the end is near. The end is next year. Well, the end of the age, not a specific finite period. Again, I can't find on Google what I found several years ago, so good thing I remembered. When I looked it up, an age is 1,000 years. What do you call a span of time of 1,000 years?
A span of 1,000 years is called a millennium, which comes from the Latin words for thousand and year. Other terms sometimes used include kiloannum or kiloyear.
All right. Well, that's not helping me out at all. Okay. Because it kind of matters. The number matters. Okay. Okay, it's called a millennium, but it was age. 1,000-year reign. What was Jesus's 1,000-year reign called?
Jesus' 1,000-year reign is known as the millennium or the millennial kingdom. Described in the book of Revelation, this period sees Christ ruling on earth, Satan bound, and peace established, fulfilling God's promises.
Okay. Quote from the Bible, I don't know what translation. Jesus said, "I will be with you till the end of the age." I'm not sure what I'm looking up.
The quote you're thinking of is from Matthew chapter 28, verse 20. Jesus says, "And surely I am with you always, to the very end of the age." Some translations might say, "end of the world," instead.
Does that explain a little bit? You feel a little bit better? Knowing that a weird translation was the end of the world. But that's the one that's focused on, isn't it? Jesus will be with you till the end of the age, a period of time. And it might mean the 1,000. Again, I looked it up years ago and it popped up 1,000. I don't know why it's not doing that now. So, if the reign of of the Jesus was 1,000 years. And I mean, everybody was giants back then. Everybody was a giant. They were all real tall. Oh my gosh, can you guys? I was testing my microphone. Can you hear the airplane overhead? I'll be quiet. Okay, just checking. I didn't know if you could hear that. Now I'm not exactly sure where Jesus comes in here. We've got Cain, Jared, Methuselah, Lame. Just kidding. Lamech, Noah. Now, where's Jesus in this chronology? Hold on. Was Noah before or after Jesus? I think we read the Bible in reverse. I've got this backwards. How much time passed between Noah and Jesus? How many years passed from Noah to Jesus? 2,370 years, which is close to that 2,100 something or other. Okay. So in this one, they're showing Noah. Hold on, let's count the names. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Does it look like their names are not quite under where they're supposed to be? Does Noah look like the tall guy? I don't know why he doesn't have any horns. Is that supposedly like the 10 Commandments or something he's holding? So Noah, 950 years, was a giant. So we go down a few steps. Let's see what this is. So we've got Adam, and is that Noah? Or another word for Noah? So at this time of Jesus's reign, were the Jesus people giants? Now, we obviously have different types of giants here. We have giants and gianter giants. See, the beginning ones, they were like the little short. And then I guess they had children and they got taller. The tall giants. And then Noah and the flood. Around Noah and the flood, as you can see above, we'll see what Google spits out today, because the other day it spit out. At what point did God say that humans could eat meat?
God first allowed humans to eat meat after the Great Flood, as written in Genesis chapter 9, verse 3. Before that, in Genesis chapter 1, only plants and fruits were permitted.
Didn't hear vegetable, no vegetables. Does that make some of you real happy? No vegetables. No vegetables. No vegetables. No vegetables. There's no vegetables up there. And we got meat. We've got fruits, seeds of fruits, and herbs. And they were giants. And that's what sustained giants and kept them giant. And you know why? Because the stuff like growing from the planet that's alive is light. Energy-wise, it's very light energy-wise. Think of a salad and a steak. I'm not saying steaks aren't delicious. I grew up in the cattle capital of the world, the beef capital of the world, and also the grain and sorghum capital of the world. So you know I ate beef, and it was fucking delicious. And then when did I start? I think it was around 2000. Oh my gosh. 2000, 2011, 12, so somewhere in there. I just couldn't eat the meat anymore. I felt horrible when I ate it. Oh, it was delicious. Amazingly delicious, but I felt awful. I felt heavy. I felt terrible. And so I'm like, I don't want to eat this anymore because I go out to eat, then I come home and I don't want to do anything but just lay here. And the longer time passed during that period of time, the longer I would stay heavy and solid and tired for a week. I would go to Texas Roadhouse and get one of those prime ribs. I'd eat the whole thing. And then I would suffer at the end, I was suffering for a week after eating beef. I was just tired, incredibly lethargic. Didn't want to do anything, didn't have any desire to do anything. And so I'm like, well, it's delicious. I mean, I kept cooking it for my family, and they kept eating it. But then I did parasite cleanses after that and got rid of, all those parasites from all the beef. And when that happened, all kinds of stuff freed up. Ladies, I'm just telling you my experience in this, my research, do your own. When I look at, and it might be more than one, but there's one huge culprit that I see. And this has to do with Satan, if you will, parasites. There's a parasite in the garden. Interesting, isn't it? So Toxoplasma gondii. The more I research Toxoplasma gondii, it has to do with sexual feelings. Smex. We got the word down. Picking up what I'm laying down. There seems to be a huge link to SMEX and that behavior, particularly the behavior around, well, let's just generalize. Let's say misbehaving. Are we going in the right direction there? Misbehaving with force, misbehaving with frequency, misbehaving with going outside of accepted norms. You picking up what I'm laying down? I don't want to say the. I think you can figure that out. Oh, thanks, Matej. I just didn't know. So, oh my gosh, what does that mean for us? What was I saying when you asked that, Matej? I'm so sorry. I'm not sure what I was saying. When you're like, what does that mean for us, Kelly? Like, I want to tell you, but I don't know what I was saying when you said that. It feels, oh yeah. When we've got what looks like a genetic experiment, this really looks like a big ass genetic experiment. And if you've got a genetic experiment with, look, we got pictures. My pictures. Let me find her. Oh, here they are. When you have women who are their own species, I guess. Florbrand, what words would Florbrand use? What would Florbrand say? What would Florbrand do? So we've got ladies who are giants on the planet right now. And they're giants. And they clone themselves. Is that cool? They clone themselves. Check it out. So most likely, the picture's grainy, so I'm just guessing. That's potentially her daughter, which she had without a man. Parthenogenesis is a cloning of yourself. So just like other animals with parthenogenesis or fish, you produce a clone of yourself. So, ladies, that's what was going on. Is we were doing woman things on Wonder Woman Island. Let's say we're all on Wonder Woman Island, and we were cloning ourselves, and all there were women, and things were going well. The diet that these ladies eat in order to be able to do this does not include meat. See, here's pictures of, I guess, what some people thought would represent people well, instead of showing all the females here, which all life came from. They showed the men for some reason. Like when a baby's born, there's only one parent that you can guarantee is the parent. You picking up what I'm laying down? Who's your daddy? We don't know. We don't know. Yeah, not saying anything ill about mom. We're just looking at our lineage. And how the fuck do you know the lineage is correct when it's based on men, that you don't know that they're the father when the child is born? Well, the child looks like me. So does your brother. So does the mailman. So at birth, you can only guarantee the mother and know where that child came from. That's all you can do at birth without, jumping through laboratory hoops. The DNA 23andMe spiral of who's my daddy. I mean, not a lot of people out there searching for their mom. It's like, who's my daddy? Who's my daddy? So we've got a system that works, a system of women that clone themselves. Well, where did that one come from? Oh, you look just like your mom. Gee, I wonder why. How'd that happen? Clone sister, clone sister. Oh, I'll have a question. So if I understand right, Lucifer is the bad guy. When we get into like the names and stuff like that, people are like, Jesus is Lucifer and Lucifer is Jesus, where we've got the kind of the opposite. It's the one you're supposed to worship is the one that's like enslaving you. And it's like, and then your savior, they wrote your savior actually wrote a book and they fucked it up. And like the second time they printed the book, they changed everything. It's like, Jesus, if there was a Jesus, that's some good advice. Yeah, I got fucked up in 5 minutes after writing it down. So I don't know how to answer that, Matej. I don't know how to answer. But we'll look at how about we look at concepts and energy instead of absolute names, potentially. And then if you figure out the names, please add that to the comments. I mean, I get it from religion perspective. He's a bad guy, but I don't know much about. Yeah. That's what I'm doing is like kind of like taking the perspective of I don't like this. This sucks. And applying it to Satan. And again, that's a thing. Satan's little season. So here we are doing our thing, ladies. And it's really hard to produce a clone of ourselves if we have parasites. And a diet of fruit, seeds, of fruits, and herbs would almost guarantee almost no parasites in the body. And eating meat is an absolute guarantee of parasites in the body. And how does meat itself get rid of the parasites? What do you mean, Kelly? This is my research and I have questions. I mean, you might have questions too. Oh, does that make sense, Matej? Like, we're looking at like the energy. The energy, we might be getting the names wrong because they might have all been switched and backwards. So we're looking at it at the energy. So fruits, seeds of fruits and herbs. This is my research, do your own. But the fruits contain the sugars and stuff for the body to be like, hey, well, let's go have a picnic. Let's go play. Let's go climb a mountain. Which for giants not all that hard. And let's take our fruit with us. In the United States, what I have seen, just being a foodie in the United States, is that the seeds of the fruits are commonly and customarily removed from the foods. Let's say you're making a cucumber salad, which cucumber's a fruit. And if you eat the fruits, and then the seeds of fruits, which unalive or paralyze the parasites naturally. So you eat an apple. In the modern way in the United States, that an apple is processed for you to have it in a fruit salad or otherwise, or in a little bitty bag with some mystery water in it that you put in your kid's lunch. Go research what's in that water. You do better packing it yourself. My opinion. But the seeds are cut out of that apple. The core, the seeds are cut out of the apple. And a lot of the time, the peel is peeled. The peel is peeled off. And you don't get the whole benefit. But back in these days, back in these days for the FDA, the Food and Drug agencies all together. Did you guys ever think about that? Why? Be careful in the comments. Just say, I know, Kelly. I get it. Maybe not put the details. Why did they put together food and drugs into one agency? Ooh. Makes sense now, doesn't it? FDA. FDA. That goes, oh yeah, that's a great orange. Or no, let's irradiate it. Oh no, there's too much good bacteria in there. Let's make sure we irradiate it so there's none. So when you naturally eat fruit, the way that animals eat fruit, I stayed in my RVing for, how long have I been RVing now? Like 4 years? Or gosh, I can't even remember. Anyway, I stayed in Florida on what I call a rescue ranch. That's not what they called it, but it had rescue animals on there. Cows, horses, donkeys, goats. You got to see them all when I was there. I think I showed you guys a lot of pictures. The emus and so forth. Those emus are scary. Don't get too close. You better pay attention when you're around them because they could get mad real fast. Just before you know it, it's like, woo! That escalated quickly. Those fucking emus. They're not an ostrich, I was reminded. It's not an ostrich. I'm so offended. And I watched those animals eat pumpkins. Like it was pumpkin season, and because it was like a rescue type thing, the local grocery stores would donate. Some of them once a month, once a week, and so forth. They would donate their, fruits and stuff that was going bad, or all the leftover pumpkins at the end of the season or whatever. So since I was in Florida over the winter, it was pumpkin season. And the goats in particular, like most all the animals ate the pumpkins, but the goats just devoured them. And the goats would eat everything. I mean, they eat anything anyway. Be careful around goats. They'll eat your clothes, whatever. So they not only ate the skin, the flesh, but the seeds of the pumpkins. And in my research, the seeds of the pumpkins unalive and paralyze the parasites. You give a goat or a horse an apple, And it doesn't peel it. It doesn't cut the core out and slice it. Slicing doesn't really matter. But the horse or the goat or whatever the animal is, or pig, they had a pig. I stayed away from the pigs. They had, when I was like, oh, I get to see a pig up close, which I grew up in farming country, but I saw pigs from a distance, you know. So I didn't want to get close to those things. So I got to see a pig up close, and then it opened its mouth, and it had human teeth. And then I wasn't okay anymore. You know those, and I'm not saying that it's not what they're saying it is, but if you find like one of those in your mystery meat at your favorite fast food restaurant, it might not be human. It might be a pig. It might be a tooth of a pig, because they're human. Have you ever looked at the teeth of a pig? They're human. Anyway, the pigs, as gross as they are, they still eat all the seeds and stuff. I mean, they'll eat anything. They eat people. I was reminded of that when I made somebody mad. We won't talk about that today. I just yesterday I was just thinking, how many attempts on my life has there been the last 3 years? Like, shit. Remember the Secret Service stepped in? The super soldier? And the police officer stepped in and protected me for about 6 months. They knocked on my door and said, there's a plot against your not being here on planet Earth. It's not a direct quote, by the way. The police officer used real words. The super soldier scared the shit out of she. It was a woman. The super soldier was a woman. Secret Service. So anyway, they found a place for me to live that was about 2 minutes from them. So while I was there for that 6 months, if anything happened, they'd be right there. So animals eat the seeds of fruits, which get rid of all the parasites. I don't see in meat anything that's natural that goes in and kills parasites. Do you see it? I don't see that. Anything that has to do with meat. Now, I see it with the fruits. Yes, they've got seeds that go in there and they handle the parasites. But meat, I don't see anything natural that takes care of the parasites. You'd have to do that on the side. And I also see that in eating the meat, you get so heavy and dense. And that's what this experience is. What they call sin. What is sin, Kelly? Oh, I have pictures. Oh, fuck. Hold on. I have pictures. So when we fell into sin, what is sin? Separation from God. What is God? Something that can't be seen or heard or touched or anything. So what is separation from God? That doesn't make any sense with everything being a creation of God. But let's pretend like we're talking about the God of the Matrix. What is separation from God? Ooh, now we're figuring this out, right? In this scenario, a lot of people call the black part source. Oops. There we go. A lot of people call that's the original one. That's why the lines are crooked. That's the original God bubble I drew. The black part is a software program. And it copies your eyeball experience. And source is interchangeable or an exchange for God in some people's world. So God is like, oh, you can't see God because the stuff that's black, it's like what do they call that? The empty space or the dark matter or whatever it is. It's a potential. It's a potential field. Potential to be something. And you can put electricity in it. And anyway. So that's called God, or it can be called God. This black part right here. So if we're looking at separation from God, this is a software program. The white light, this is awareness, not consciousness from the toroidal field, but awareness, this white part. And the white light, this awareness, is called God as well in some belief systems. I hope this makes sense. Because there's a lot of stuff that's called God that's not. So now what is separation from God? Because we're already separated from yourself at this point. We've got a toroidal field. We're doing our thing, having a good time. It's like they put out appetizers at the party. So we've got God. I think God, you create a potential field or plasma field. You apply feelings and emotions, or some people might call it frequencies, vibrations, and it creates toroidal fields. And from that, on the top left, I'll show you how time is created, time and distance, how that's created. And then we've got the toroidal field itself, which I did my best. I did my best to draw that. But I guess my best wasn't good enough. Whatever. Anyway, you got the toroidal field going on, and out the top, with those little lines coming out the top representing movement and stuff coming out. That's pure white light consciousness, effervescent like bubbles. And then we slip on to the right, what looks like an eyeball now. All of that effervescence is coming out of the pupil of the eye. Why does it look black? Kelly, if it's pure white light consciousness, why is it black? Well, that's a filter. That's the filter that you put on it. When the pure white light consciousness comes out, you can sit back and allow the 40 plus original feelings and emotions to create your reality. Having I'm oversimplifying the process, a green iris type experience, and the iris part being the known world or earth. And I'm overgeneralizing, calling it green. Right now, what experience are we having? A blue experience, a blue eye experience with floaters. You have gray eyes. I just found out people have gray eyes. I mean, I know it was on Google, but I never looked that up. So I was like, what did people have gray eyes? What? Yeah. So you have all these experiences that if you just let go and allow are wonderful, beautiful, natural experiences with the original feelings and emotions. Isn't that cool? But then you have a choice. You can choose whatever the fuck you want. So bottom left. Look what we chose. Mm-hmm. So we look into the matrix. Woo, sun's coming up. It was 28 degrees last night, and it feels like 100. Now the sun's coming up. Turn my heater off. There we go. All right, you guys. Wow. And we've got the black part, which is a copy of the filter that the pure white light consciousness goes through. And it copies it in the matrix. And then that white light is awareness. And you wouldn't know about awareness without consciousness. So consciousness is in everything. Awareness only in the matrix. You have an awareness of something in the matrix. I'll open the door in a minute. It's quite warm here. I hope this is helpful, you guys. I hope this is helpful. And so we've got these gods. And we've also got the gold level. Hold on. The gold level, which is deity level. So you got black, white, and gold. So you got deity level stuff, which we, I guess, also call the god. And so we've got all these characters in the middle of what we're doing. The deities, Jesus, and so forth. The gold. Oh, here's the cool thing about the gold level. It's weird. Huh. So the gold level, the deity level, and then I just call this drama. And then we got drama. This gold level right there that Jesus is on, again, grew up Baptist, that's my reference. If you grew up with other religions and belief systems, whatever that deity is, that would be on the gold level. Hare Krishna, and so forth. So that level, the golden level, that's where we're playing the game. That's our gaming chair. We've got the software program, the awareness, and then make it so number one. This is where we apply it and execute. So this gold level creates everything with a instruction manual, let's say. And the instruction manual comes from here, from source. We've got awareness, that's called God. And then deities, which is just a golden level of energy that creates, again, I'm just going to call all this drama, creates all the drama in the matrix, the levels and layers and all of that in the matrix. This is all that we can experience here. There's a lot more colors in this. Like that exists. This is hardly anything. This kind of stuff. But this golden layer right there, I mean, what's it all been about right now? Finding the gold. The gold is rare. The gold is expensive. It's hard to get. It's hard to keep. Oh, the deities are gold and we're just slaves and servants and so forth. Here's the good news. Again, it's good news day. You are playing Avatar, insert your name. For me, it's Avatar Kelly. I'm playing Avatar Kelly from this gold position. I'm sorry if that doesn't look like gold because I did this. I applied all these colors, so this is supposed to look like gold. So I'm playing Avatar Kelly from the gold position. What does that mean? If we want to think of Jesus as a savior, then I'm my own savior. But we've got a concept of having to be saved in the matrix. And you don't have that normally. This idea of having to be saved. Because you know who you are. Does that make sense? So when it's like, oh, Jesus, I mean, these are just details, but, oh, Jesus is going to reign for 1,000 years. Well, that's a entity on the golden level, and that's your, and did Jesus even came here and said, hey, you're Elohim, just like me. I forgot what the Bible verse was. Look it up. Definition of Elohim. A name for God used frequently in the Hebrew Bible. Okay, what else? Oh, what's the difference between Elohim and Yahweh? Oh, my goodness. I mean, I heard Yahweh was like Satan. Elohim is a Hebrew word meaning gods or godhood. Although the word is plural in form, the Hebrew Bible it most often takes singular. Like when all the gods, I guess, were all upset, and then the one god was all like, hey, I'm in charge. You guys can all fuck yourself. Imagine that's how it went in my mind. It's like, I'm better than you. Fuck you. I want to be important. Gonna rule the humans. Watch what I do. So this idea of Elohim introduced in the Bible Jesus said, don't worship me. Go look up the exact quote. Don't worship me. I'm Elohim just like you. I'm God just like you. And then that got all fucked up and rewritten and copied and pasted and so forth. Here's the cool part. Instead of looking for a deity or another entity in that golden position, because we're all in the golden position playing these characters. Does that make sense? That's just the nature of the Matrix. Is we're all playing a character. I hope that's helpful. We're all playing a character from this golden position. And we've been told a story of, oh, you are the avatar. And here's a golden position person who's not a nice person, who's in charge of you and created you and so forth. You know, I call bullshit. I call bullshit on that. Is this helpful? I hope this is helpful. You knowing what position that you're in playing your avatar. Because you're in the goal position. So when it's like, oh, Jesus is going to have his reign or whatever. And I did a little research and it kind of looks like that already happened. And if you look at Satan's little season, if you look at the whole kit and caboodle of what Jesus did, it was 1,000 years, right? 1,000-year reign. What, from 0 to 1,000? Where you got all the coins, the eye, and so forth. And then it looks like right after Jesus reigned, which they all look like giants. Because look at the Tartarian buildings and all of that. It's if you've got 1,000 years, you're going to build some big buildings and so forth. So you've got characters that are tall enough to go through those 40-something foot doors. Or thereabouts. They're all a little bit different, but roughly around 40 feet or so. A lot of those openings and the doors in these buildings. So these look like leftover buildings from the reign of Jesus. That Satan came in and fireworks and burned the stone buildings down. Burned the stone buildings down. Oh no, the castle's on fire. I'm sorry, what? Excuse me? How does stone burn? Can you explain how the castle's on fire? That makes no damn sense. How the fuck do you catch a castle on fire? It's like, what's that candle? Why? It's a castle. We'll be all right. So what is sin? Now that what's God? Now what's sin? Sin is this whole damn experience. That's what sin is. Sin is, you guys, math class. Sin is a sine wave. That's it. Separation from God. We've got God that created a plasma field, that created a toroidal field. Well, where does this sine wave come from? Where does this twirly come from? This sine wave of different frequencies and so forth. This is the stuff that's in the pupil of the eye. You guys, to have the eyeball experience in the first place, that's a sine wave. So that, and religion is calling that sin, separation from God. Your godlike self. I mean, use God or nothing. Sorry, that sounded bad. Me too. It's not just you. Me too. So, if sin is sine wave, and that's what creates these bodies, then of course we're going to be in sin the whole time. We're going to be in sine the whole time. We're signing this body into existence. Angle. You got your angels right here. Look at all these different angels. We were getting all bent out of shape. Being like, oh, I've been shit on my whole life. I'm a chosen one. Hey, look at me. Look at me. I'm a chosen one. You created all of creation. You're the creator of your whole creation. You're fucking God. You chose yourself. Don't get too caught up in the character and getting shit on your whole life. Well, just I'll blame everything on the boomers, but they didn't help it situation at all. Just saying. It's my feelings and the floor, and then like that's what. So now we've got sine waves. Well, now what? Where do these sine waves come from? Where does sin come from? Hold on. I'm trying to be like really dramatic, and I can't find what I'm looking for. Where's the tour? Oh, there we go. Found it. I found it. Give me a minute. Oh, good grief. Oh, there we go. Okay. Toroidal fields. Toroidal fields. Toroidal fields. We got our toroidal fields. A toroidal fielding. That just kind of shows direction in me. I'm sorry about the blurriness. So if you're looking at what is a sine wave? Well, what actually creates this experience that we're having? Because this guy's coming out on top of his head. Right where that heart is, that's a portal. In the toroidal field, the center is a portal. And what comes out of here, the top, pure white light consciousness. You can't push it or pull it. Once you start pushing and pulling, you're in awareness and you're trapped in the matrix. It's a good news day. Isn't that cool? Because the stuff that comes out at the top, it creates your reality. You can see it here. Do, 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 do. Look like trumpets, don't they? I got your trumpet right here. So be careful sitting down. Don't drop the soap. Don't drop the soap in the astral. The fuck is that? Is that what I look like when I dance? That's what it looks like when you have too much Halloween candy. Stan. Don't eat too much. Oh, hold on. This doesn't have a lot to do with what we were talking about, but something very similar to this. This is so weird, you guys. Do you remember when I remote viewed and it was like Jesus, the volcano, Satan in the volcano, and so forth? Satan was in like a volcano. And now, like at the time, I thought a volcano was anyway. And now it looks like it's just a couple compartments that have chemicals in them, or a little biochemistry going on, and the dragon for it to spew out lava, fire. But there was something very similar to this. I don't know what you call this. Is this the Catholic Church, you guys? What would you call that thing up there? So you've got this going on. Hey, look at those shapes. Does that remind you of something? On the bottom and on the hands? Anyway, when I saw this concept of Satan, there was a bubble. It looked like this. And there was a bubble, and this Satan or Lucifer, or whatever it is. I don't know what its name is, but it's not good, and it's here to cause harm. Was inside of that. Now, when I looked at it, again, I just tell you what I see, and it hasn't made much sense. But they look Japanese. It looked like, I don't know if it was in Japan, but the men, and it was only men, they were all dressed in white, like shirts and pants that looked like worker kind of, and white hard hats. And they looked Japanese. And they had this helicopter, a huge helicopter that doesn't look like the helicopters today. You know it's a helicopter, it's that shape, but it doesn't look like the ones that I looked up on Google, like that exist. It looked more futuristic than the helicopters that we've got. So it had, almost like a crane kind of effect. It was going down into this volcano, and it was pulling something that looked very, that's why I took this picture. I'm like, man, it looks a lot like that. Not exactly. And it had like, the United States, and I'm mirrored. So don't worry about like what direction I'm going. How you've got what's supposed to be an eagle, but is it a phoenix? I don't know. Anyway, its wings are outstretched and it's looking to one side. Like it was looking to the other side. And it was the Huastica. Huastica. And it was in the opposite direction of what you're seeing that's presented on armbands and hellos and so forth. It was mirrored. And those were on there. So it was the Schlotsky's symbol. Are you picking up where I'm laying down? That's what was on there in a bubble. And this bubble, this satanic like creature was in there. Well, it was on or around, you guys remember when this was. It was on or around 2012 or so when this was taking place, when they were taking this entity out. Again, I don't think it was the Satan or the whomever or Inky or whoever it is. But it was a horrific creature that was let loose around 2012. And the feeling, I don't know, don't take this too literally, but like the feeling and everything was the gates of hell have been opened. So around 2012, craziness started happening. I mean, look around. 2012 is when the timelines disappeared. So if you're still trying to assimilate, what's it called? Integrate your timelines and shit, all you're doing is creating separation and then adding to it. You're to wear yourself out because there are no timelines. You can access everything. So if you're still integrating and so forth and switching timelines and changing line times, timeline jumps on the Schumann resonance. The fuck is that? What do you mean timeline jumps? There's no more timelines since 2012. There's no timelines. That's why the Project Looking Glass, why they couldn't see the future. Is the timelines went away. And it's just a plasma pull. It's a reset. Like when you're playing the game, there's timelines all over the damn place. And they look like, hold on. It's on this page. I think it was at the bottom. Because I can't remember. Where's the Donnie Darko picture? Donnie Darko with the water tube coming out of his chest. If I can't find it, that's what I'm looking for. And I can't remember where I left Donnie Darko. Donnie, where you be? Donnie? With your chest thingy? Sorry, I don't know where the Donnie is. Hey, the Darko kid. And I can't find it. Oh, when we were looking a while ago at that thing in the Catholic Church that was hanging up in front, what was on the hands of Jesus and at the bottom, didn't it look a lot like this? This is why I like to present information to you in pictures, because when you see pictures, you remember. You guys remember. Oh, Kelly, don't do that to us. I know it's too early for that, isn't it? I don't know where the Donnie Darko picture is. Was it with the sine waves? Let me look at Earth, Angels, and Eyeballs. Donnie! Where did I put you, Donnie? I don't know where Donnie is. What is this? Hold on. These are so small, I'm not sure. Oh, Orphan Trains. Sorry. Orphan Trains. These are reptilians, nanobots, and so forth. spider-like creatures. Those are nanobots. And this was in Philadelphia. Where's The Office filmed? Scranton. I went to a wedding, actually a very nice wedding. Spent a lot of money. And that was the electric company or the electric something. And they were like, oh, it took a long time to get electricity. No, that's a Tartarian building. And now I can't find Donnie. You guys, how did I do that? Hold on. Oh my gosh, I did it again. I don't know if I double clicked or how it does that. I'm so sorry, you guys. It's where I can't scroll anymore. And I don't know what I've done. It's like I made the page bigger or something, and now I can't. Oh, there it is. Nope, that didn't work. Ah! Screw it. Let's see. Yeah, I remember that Satan in the volcano and Jesus. Yeah, that was weird. Real fast. So when the religion said don't sin, they're like, don't be yourself. Yeah, I went to church and went, every thought that I have in my mind, they say is bad and wrong. Just to have the thoughts, it being a teenager. When the religion said don't sin, they're basically saying don't experience the experience. Exactly. I mean, we came here to experience, and then we're like, don't experience. Feel guilty for doing that. It's like go to the grocery store. It's like, don't use plastic. It's bad for the environment. And all they give you is plastic to put your fruit and vegetables in. Okay. More oxygen in the air. Size doesn't matter, says Ken. Virus probably took the big ones out. Does it? What gets me is why giants? Why did they have to be big? And they probably weren't. Because if you look at the size of the mountains and all, they were huge. And by the time you got down to these guys, they were quite short. So they were actually considered small compared to all these dragons that make up the mountain ranges and so forth. Think of the flat earth map. If you look at the flat earth map, that the continents are not very far apart at all. The continents are really close to each other. I mean, I've seen pictures where I forgot the name of the countries. It's like this country, which are supposed to be like way across the ocean, that you can see the shore from the shore of the other country in that one place. So they're all together. And I tried to look at, what are these things? What are all these land masses? Where do they come from? And on what they're claiming is a globe and all that, where I'm trying to find all my information, I still find stuff there. But if you look at the flat earth map, it looks like there was one huge creature of some sort that was probably flying around, and the gods were like, fuck this shit. But like, hit the plasma button, hit the plasma reset button. And this creature, this entity, froze, came down, and broke apart and so forth. I mean, it didn't stay whole, but it didn't separate like that. So you see a creature like Africa looks like the skull of a creature. A skull that got kind of like smashed a little bit. And I find feet. Go look at my videos. Where we have fun on Google. You see the feet or the claws, these weird heads, and all. It could be one or more large entities make up all the continents. And I thought they were all separate entities, but they all look like, again, I'm not saying Africa is a skull. But man, it sure does look like one. Yeah, I don't know what happened, how I did that, but I saw it get bigger. I did. I saw it get bigger and then I couldn't scroll anymore, and I don't know how to fix that. Because I did like a double click or something, and oh, sorry about that. I can't get to any of my pictures unless I leave and come back. Ah! Let's see. Yeah, that question. What does that mean for us? He said, yeah, but it's already over. Like Jesus already came and went. Like a bad Tinder date. Now we're talking. Let's see. There's one game that have very interesting lore. Fake sky for there's a lot of videos and stuff. There's a new one that came out. You guys, oh my gosh, I forgot the name of it. It's his face, whatever I don't know how they are presenting themselves. But shaving the head. And it's like, why'd you shave my head? Oh, because that's how you talk to your mothership. What is the name of that movie, you guys? I didn't see it. I just heard someone talking about it, and then there was a trailer. Did you see the trailer? If I could figure out the name of the movie, I'll find the trailer and show you what I'm talking about. And in this trailer, I don't know if there actually is a mothership and so forth, but in this trailer, you see this room that looks really similar to what I've remote viewed, except the room I remote viewed didn't have that much color in it. It was devoid of color, mostly black and white. And the entities, had big robes on and everything. And the floor was checkerboard, not like foggy mist and looks like a cave or whatever. And you had all the chairs all over the place. I didn't remember as much. People didn't really sit in chairs. When I remote viewed our planet, if you will, there's a table in the middle of the room. The table is square because they talk the four corners of the earth. The table is square, and then you've got this flat surface. Well, it's got a slight curve like this. You guys, this is like the shape, roughly the shape of our planet. Is this? What are you eating? I don't think I want to know. It's like that. So it's like this table, and then here's the earth. Don't take this too literally with all the lip and everything. And then a dome over it, a big dome. And these tall creatures, which look very hybridy, like a gray hybrid. It's my best guess. Most of what they are, like a gray hybrids with these white robes. They're very tall. They're enormous entities. They're so big, their size is that big. Like in this thing on the table with a dome over it, that's us. That's our dome, our one dome. And they look like regular people inside of a room with a small table with something on it. Size-wise, that's how big the entities are that created our planet. So if you do see the entities, you're not going to see like this big face or whatever. You're only going to see one small part of it. Does that make sense? Because these entities are so big compared to our size. That's the whole kit and caboodle right there. But think of where you are inside of this is a tiny little dot down there. So there's no way past this dome that you're going to see anyway. But even if you did and you saw the ones that created us, you'd only see a tiny portion. It's like, that looks like a large belt. So in this trailer, this woman god, I don't know what the creatures are named. You guys, I haven't seen the movie. I've only heard someone talk about it. And I saw the trailer. I don't have a lot of words. If you know all the fancy words, please share. Anyway, I don't know what she had. I can't remember, but she poked the dome. The dome, which was very bubble-like, and poked it, and it popped. And how do I word this? So when she, what are you eating? Oh, pumpkin seeds. When she popped it, it showed us several different scenes on Earth of people sitting in a chair, but they're not completely sitting in the proper way, if you know what I mean. Everybody is not quite asleep, but not moving, and their bodies will never move again. After she poked the dome around the Earth. Can you guys describe that better than I can, that have seen it? It's called, oh my gosh, Matej, you're just full of information today. Thanks. Also, giant trees. Wait, what was the question? Okay, you talk about giant trees. Okay. Yeah, I remember that Satan in the volcano. Jesus, yes. It's that one game. Okay, 4 shades that keep this prison in check. And it's coming to phases of end game, and it's very similar to the drama that we live in. Yes. In other words, at the end, everything is being revealed. Everything is revealed at the end. Thank you. Genshin Impact. And it also has a lore where dragons govern the earth before the one from the other space came and dethroned them. There's a lot of dragon energy. Now, you guys, before we demonize all the dragons, and I mean, there's probably a reason that they are all the mountains. But let's take a step back. This might be a little more personal than we thought. Avatar Kelly, since birth, has been protected by dragons. 3 in particular that are in place. There's other ones that are more like Puff the Magic Dragon. But the ones that have protected me for this avatar are long and snake-like, and they have wings. And they're made of energy, and they look like heat waves. When I see them, they look like heat waves. They're badass, terrifying. Terrifying. I know they won't hurt me at all, but their energy is terrifying. You know that they can cause harm. And just like again, I don't know if it is literally the men in black. The only reason I call them that is because they look like men in black clothes with black hats. So I call them men in black. That's why I call them men in black. They may not be the men in black, but visitations every night since I can remember, and my mom pretty much since birth, seeing things that they couldn't see. That was there. All of these visits. What are you eating? Oh, the apples. I gave her some apples. She might want something yellow that peels in a minute. We'll see. We'll see what she does with these apples. So this avatar has been protected by 3 long, skinny, heat wave looking creatures with wings, like dragon creatures that are long and thin, kind of like the Asian culture. What are you doing? Like the Asian culture, how they've got the dragons that are long and thin and so forth. And I thought it was really interesting if we've got these dragons in the Asian culture, and again, my best guess is Japanese. Just from, I mean, I'm not a professional or an expert in trying to figure out, if you're Korean or Japanese, but I've been in that culture so much, I've got a pretty good idea that those are Japanese. And I thought it was really weird that we've got a volcano that we're taking a Satan-like creature out of in a bubble in this structure type thing. It's a technology is what it was. A technology that trapped a being where it can't get out. And it's like it was stored in there. So is it that, okay, This I remote viewed, but Avatar Kelly can't figure this out. Does that make sense? I tell you what, I remote view, but Avatar Kelly's trying to make sense of it all. Would it make sense that these dragons that were the rulers, the leaders, or they were terrifying, or they were Satan, maybe, or whatever, that they had these entities? How would one be trapped in a bubble inside of a dragon at roughly its head? Because that's sort of around where all the volcano stuff happens, is around the head of the dragon. Because that's where those two chemicals, if you will, come together and create the lava they spit out. Does that make sense? And as we are learning and understanding more, it's kind of hard to figure this out. If you're like, oh, we're on a spinning ball and it's got an iron core, and you've got the lava, the magma, and it's swirling around, and we're on a crust and all of that. If you still got that in your head, when it's like, oh, wait a minute, that's not true. These are dragons, and all the volcanoes. Was it Fittest Flat Earther? I can't remember who went on Google. And it was like, look, this is a dragon head. Look, this is a dragon head. Look, this is a dragon head. I was talking to one of my good friends yesterday, looking out the window, and I said, this mountain range is repeated over and over and over. You got that center mountain, and then two shorter peaks on either side. So you got a tall center, and then two smaller peaks. And that pattern is repeated all over the place. And I looked at fictional or fantasy art dragons. And a lot of them have that structure where you've got something higher in the middle, like a crown almost, like, and then lower, having to do with the horns and all that. Again, it's fantasy art. But I'm like, are all of these dragon heads all over Colorado? Because not just Colorado, doing my RVing over the last 4 years, just going all over the United States, it's repeated everywhere. These are the same creatures that dropped everywhere. Everywhere you've got a mountain, or it's like flat mountain. It's a creature that dropped out of nowhere over there. Fell from the sky with the plasma reset thing. Good girl. She's being pretty good, actually. So, is this actually the spirit of the dragon, or is it the dragon creature that was possessed by Satan? And then it was trapped in the dragon. And that's why I was like, oh, fuck. Satan got another dragon and possessed another dragon. Look what he's doing. Oh, my God. Like they're going for the castles. Ah. Was that what happened? Is these entities or these demonic type beings possess these dragons? Somehow we're in there operating them like a puppet. Asking for a friend. It's called Genshin Impact. Okay. So yeah, the dragons. They govern the earth. Sorry, I got my ring light over here. It's kind of hard to see. Earth from outer space and came and dethroned them. Okay. And then you play as this traveler who came from other space. Like extraterrestrial, the territories, the extra territories. You guys, this is really weird. You know how I hear tones and so forth? It's almost like I feel like I'm in a void all of a sudden. The sound. You know when you're out in the middle of the forest and suddenly you don't hear anything? It's not that all the wildlife has gone quiet. It's that you're in a turtle field and you can't hear the wildlife around you. Does that make sense? Because people are like, oh, when these creatures show up, all of a sudden there's silence in the forest before XYZ creature shows up. It's because you're in a turtle field. Because they're like, oh, there's a predator. You know it's a predator because all the tiny little creatures stop. They're like, shh. You're in a turtle field. That happened to me when I heard that crack behind me on top of a mountain in Colorado. Where was I? Tenderfoot, I think. I was at Tenderfoot. And that happened behind me, and I realized I couldn't hear anything. So it wasn't just all the wildlife and the wind or slight breezes through the trees. I couldn't hear the water in the stream or whatever it's called coming down off of the mountain. Like you could hear the water flowing in a stream. I couldn't hear the water. I was in a torrential field. Are you okay? You're making some weird. Oh, I know what. I got some CBD juice. And I'm calling it beef broth because it does have beef broth in it. It does. It does have beef broth in it. There you go. Good girl. There's your beef broth. Good girl. I treated her when I went out and bought her a bunch of stuff the other day. And thank you to the generous person that allowed me to be able to spoil my puppy. Thank you, Ken. Said it's okay for me to tell. Give me a generous donation. And I went out and splurged on it was for puppy. And I went out and splurged on puppy. So that was part of what I got for her, the CBD things. And I think they're really helping when she's, gets all stressed out and stuff. Let's see. And then compare the game with everything that you're saying, and it clicks in my head. It's almost like they are telling the truth through the game. And that's what I find in a bunch of the movies is it won't be the whole movie because they've got false information in there. But in general, they're telling you what's going on. Like Dark City, where they take a SHOT and do it in the forehead, like the third eye. And that's how they change the personalities and their lives and all. It doesn't happen that way that I see. It's more of an energy thing and so forth, but it's the same concept. They still, wipe people's memories and give them different lives and so forth. They call them the past lives. See, we were meant to live 50, 100,000 years in these avatars. And not switch bodies. Just one. Brush your teeth. Make sure you brush your teeth. Well, actually, the tribes and all that in the middle of the woods that just eat a natural diet, they don't brush their teeth. And their teeth are white and straight. If you eat a diet of processed foods, your teeth are going to be crooked. If you eat all natural whole foods all your life, your teeth will be straight and white and clean. What? You can't have my coffee. What are you looking at? I gave you beef broth. You want something else? What? Did you want a banana? Or pumpkin seeds? Oh, pumpkin seeds? Okay. Give her some pumpkin seeds. Yes, let's give her some pumpkin seeds. Oh, I know you love those things. You got a lot, too. Yeah. Yeah, you got a lot of pumpkin seeds. Here we go. There. This will take care of all those parasites. Yes. Pumpkin seeds for the parasites. Okay. It talks about the fake star. I'm not. And a fake fade, and basically everything that you are and were saying a long time ago. Yeah, everything is being revealed. Yeah, everything is being revealed. So, that again is what I'm seeing. Everything being revealed, and what is actually going on. So, in this trailer to this new movie that I can't remember the name of, like Bulgaria is the only thing I can think, but it's not that. And that's the bug out sphere or anything like that. And she goes over there and pokes. Wait, hold on. Let me talk into my phone. Let me mute myself for a second.
home, Emma Stone's
Begonia.
character, a pharmaceutical CEO, is kidnapped by people who think she's an alien. They shave her head to stop her from communicating as part of their plan.
Okay. Now, let's take the sound down and see if I can find the trailer. And see if... Oh! Da, 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 do, 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 do. Sorry about that. I hope I didn't copyright myself. Let's see if I can get to... they're just showing her as a CEO. Okay, they shave her head, and then... Where's the scene I'm looking at? No. Is it not this movie? You guys, is it not the movie? What trailer did I see? Okay, what movie am I actually talking about? Oh my god. Ah. Okay, let me see if I can... Okay, I don't think that's it. So there's a lot of movies that are like that have a flat earth in the middle. Oh my gosh, now I can't find it. Did I wait, let me see if I took a screenshot. No. Good girl, go drink your water. Go drink your water. Crap. I can't find it now. I swear it was a part of that movie. I guess it's not. I don't know why I thought it was a part of that movie. So, oh, wait a minute. I think I know where it is now. Okay, let's see if it's here. Okay, please be here. Please be here. So I can figure out what movie this is. Oh, now this was way cool. After I did like an AI video clip. Here's I forgot the character. But in a bubble. The character is in a bubble. Okay, that's not what I was looking for, but I thought that was cool. Because you sure are making a lot of noise. It's like, you know how autistic people cannot handle it when someone's chewing with their mouth open? Ugh! Don't make that noise anymore. I can't handle it. Don't lick your lips. I can't. No! Stop! Don't lick your lips. Thank you. I have no idea now. Well, I can't remember if there was a person that just popped up there and said, like, oh. Oops. I hope you can't hear this. No. No. Oh my gosh, I can't find it. It's just not going to happen today. Oh my gosh. Okay, that's ridiculous. I can't find it. I can't remember where I saw it. Ah! Uh, oh no, wait a minute. Yeah, just go watch it again. Yeah, go watch it again. So I'm so sorry, I cannot find it. I really thought I took a screenshot. I really thought I took a screenshot of it, or did I send it to my friend? I can't find it. Anyway, so Satan's little season. No, let's do our math. Let's do our math. So if Satan's little season is 250 years, and it's the year 2025, subtract 1776. That's 249 years, just saying. So in 2026, again, the Emerald Tablets speak of Ra, I'm paraphrasing, by the way, having access to laboratory Earth for your genetic experiment and so forth, renting out the laboratory. Absolutely not a direct quote, but the Emerald Tablets. But like Ra has rented this space out to like 2025, 26. I forgot the exact date, but it's like right now. Or maybe it's like 2025. I'm trying to remember. So, according to the Emerald Tablets, now let's see if I can find that. According to the Emerald Tablets, when does the god Ra's ownership of Earth end? Is it called ownership? Do you guys remember? Okay, according to that, God Ra. Well, it helps if you put the right god's name in there. There we go. Tablets don't specify. And I think it was what's his face. It said it, so it may not be true. That Billy guy, Carter, he's the one that said it. So I don't know. Might not be true. Created ownership of reign, temporary with larger eternal framework. What? Oh my god! Why are you? Ah! Okay, that's right. What is the secret of the Emerald Tablets? I can't find it. And I think it's like that Billy Carter guy. If you guys know, please let me know who this is. But what happened, you guys? What happened? Why did I lose everybody? Did we change topics? What happened? Anyway, well, let me go. It's Sunday. I'm gonna go have some fun and see if we're gonna. Do you want to go outside? I think that's what you really want is to go outside. Then I can give you a couple bananas. Is that what you want? Would that make you happy to go outside and have bananas? Why are you looking at me weird? Anyway, I love you guys. It looks like Satan's little season is over 2026. And if Satan is really, just think about that. If you're in charge for a while and you're having a good time and everybody's starting to wake up because your time is over, you want to deceive them to the very end, don't you? And make life as hard as possible to the very end. And that's what you're seeing. So at a time when everything is getting better, it appears that everything is getting worse. So I hope that's helpful for you. Just to try and distract. So let go, allow, and heal. And I guess. Oh, wait, hold on. I was about to say goodbye in a dramatic way, and it didn't work out for me. Okay, there we go. I guess I'll see you guys on the next video.
Realm of dreams where the stars align. Kelly Coffee takes you on a ride divine. In her thought bubble we soar through the night. Exploring the universe, our vision takes flight. The symphony of galaxies fills the